This is the Darksaber. It's not just a lightsaber that's been turned off or a goth glow stick, it's a legendary weapon in Star Wars canon. And it made a surprise appearance in The Mandalorian. And now that means a fan favorite Star Wars character might have been hiding in plain sight. Welcome to Explainiac. I'm Dan Casey, and today we're going to delve into the history behind the Darksaber and explore what its re-emergence in The Mandalorian means for Season 2 of the hit Disney Plus series, as well as the rest of the galaxy far, far away. Now, in case you haven't finished The Mandalorian Season 1, then be aware, this video will contain spoilers for the season finale. Now, I've actually basically already spoiled it a little bit, but you know, better late than never. Come on, you clicked this video, you know what you did. The Mandalorian Season 1 introduced us to the most murderous, violent, and reprehensible villains in Star Wars history. Specifically, Jason Sudeikis as the elite trooper who repeatedly punches the wee baby Yoda. What's your deal, Jason? Who put you up to this? It also introduced us to the intimidating Imperial officer Moff Gideon, played by Breaking Bad alum Giancarlo Esposito. In one of the most shocking moments of Episode 8, Redemption, Moff Gideon slices through the wreckage of his TIE fighter and emerges wielding this menacing black glowing blade. That is the Darksaber, and its appearance raises a number of questions, mainly, how the heck did Moff Gideon get his handsome mitts on it in the first place? But before we answer this question, we have to answer a far simpler one. What's a Darksaber, and why is it such a deadly weapon? Dreamed up by George Lucas, this one-of-a-kind black-bladed lightsaber was first created by Tar Vizsla, the first Mandalorian ever inducted into the Jedi Order. Using this weapon, he became the Mandalorian leader, the Mandalore. Sure, and after his death, it was stored in the Jedi Temple. The Darksaber made its first canonical appearance in the Clone Wars Season 2 episode, The Mandalore Plot, in which the traitorous Mandalorian governor, Pre Vizsla, played by Jon Favreau with the silliest name ever for a computer-generated character. I mean, come on, you can't just call him Pre-Visualization-La. What the hell is this, Dave Filoni? Anyway, Pre Vizsla revealed that his ancestors stole the weapon from the Jedi Temple during the fall of the Old Republic, and it had been used to murder many a Jedi ever since. What a horrible, horrible heirloom to have in your family, I guess. But sure, you do you, Pre-Viz. Armed with the Darksaber, Pre Vizsla and his Death Watch extremists launched a successful coup on Mandalore so they could overthrow Duchess Satine and her pacifist policies in order to return the mighty Mandos to their warrior ways. Unfortunately for old Pre Vizsla, he was finally rendered dead. At the hands of Darth Maul, who survived being cut in half during the Phantom Menace, going crazy, giving himself spider legs, and all manner of hardships so he could just murder Pre Vizsla and take over Death Watch. You know, because Star Wars. Eventually, Darth Maul grew tired of using the Darksaber because, I don't know, maybe it didn't pop with his outfit enough, or, yeah, you know, you get something new, then you get tired of it. Who cares? Anyway, he stashed it on his homeworld of Dathomir, where it remained until the Jedi Kanan Jarrus and Mandalorian weapons expert Sabine Wren uncovered this legendary weapon during a raid in a Night Sister hideout. Although she was reluctant to wield this ancestral Mandalorian blade at first, Sabine trained with Jarrus on how to use the spooky saber. It was later stolen from her for a time by another Mandalorian, the Viceroy Gar Saxon, but she reclaimed her title as its rightful owner after defeating his ass in a duel. But Sabine was not to be the final owner of the Darksaber before it fell into Moff Gideon's Mitt Gideons. On a mission to rescue her dad from Imperial clutches, Sabine encountered the Mandalorian warrior Bo Katan Kryze. During their time together, Sabine came to believe that Bo Katan, who was Duchess Satine's sister and a former Death Watch member turned hero, was the ideal candidate to lead the Mandalorian people against the Empire. And after much convincing, Sabine handed over the iconic weapon to Bo Katan. And that's where it remained, presumably for many, many years, until it reappeared in Moff Gideon's possession. But how did a member of the Imperial remnant like Gideon get this weapon? Did he kill Bo Katan? Was it plundered during the Siege of Mandalore? Or was it hiding in Navarro all along with the rest of the Mandalorian covert who were secretly living there? Now, the exact trajectory of the Darksaber is unknown, but its reemergence has fans speculating that Bo Katan is still out there as well, and that she is the one who's been hiding in plain sight on The Mandalorian. Now, according to a fan theory from Redditor Antipop2097, the Armorer, the badass weaponsmith who kicks butt, takes names, and leads the Mandalorian covert on Navarro, is actually Bo Katan. The Armorer reveals that Imperials slaughtered many of the Mandos that remained on Navarro, which could explain how Gideon managed to get his hands on the Darksaber. If Bo Katan, as the Armorer, still had it in her possession, she may have elected to help her comrades escape rather than just try to preserve an artifact like the Darksaber. Now, this is, of course, supposing that the Darksaber had not been taken during the events of the Siege of Mandalore, which we're going to learn a lot more about during the upcoming 7th season of the Clone Wars on Disney+. But given Dave Filoni's track record of pulling a switcheroo with fan-favorite characters using assumed identities, much like he did with Ahsoka Tano and Fulcrum, it wouldn't be entirely out of the question for someone like Bo Katan to be deep undercover with a new accent and a suit of armor. Although, the Zabrak-inspired horns on her helmet might indicate an allegiance to Darth Maul's Death Watch, which would feel distinctly out of character for Bo Katan, given how she left that group. But then again, what better way to hide who she truly is? Now, if the Armorer is in fact Bo Katan, she majorly downplays her connection to the Jedi, saying that she's heard of them and that they were enemies of the Mandalorians, but that was way in the past. And while she neglects to mention her exploits alongside the likes of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ezra Bridger, she could have been telling the truth from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Now, other Reddit sleuths out there have pointed out while Emily Swallow plays the Armorer on The Mandalorian, Katie Sackhoff, who plays Bo Katan on the Clone Wars animated series, has been teasing upcoming Star Wars-related surprises on her social media accounts. Plus, Mando stars Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano have both followed Sackhoff on Instagram. Now, on November 15th, Sackhoff tweeted, "Gotta say, today was pretty much a career high for me. One day soon you'll understand what I mean, but for right now, just know it's the coolest thing ever." This timeline falls smack dab in the middle of filming for The Mandalorian Season 2, so is this a Snoke screen or is it a tease for something much bigger? Only time will tell, but in the meantime, what do you think? Do you believe the Armorer is actually Bo Katan in disguise? How do you think Moff Gideon acquired the Darksaber? Let me know in the comments below and give me a thumbs up while you're there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel while you're at it. And if you want even more Star Wars goodness, and why wouldn't you, be sure to check out past episodes of Explainiac right now wherever Nerdist content is streamed. And remember, not everything in life can be explained, but for everything else, there's this show.